Texas Scramble team in the summer, I feel like I'll be the Rennie in a team full of heartburn.
Realistically, wow, you
No, that's true.
you lack any confidence.
No, why? What's it to gain from lacking confidence? Right, guys, here we go. We've ditched Trist. He's come down with an illness, so he won't be part of this episode. He's come down with a bad dose of flangular fever. He's properly jibbed this one. And there's good news is though we've got Eddie for season 2, episode 4 now. And we had nice to be back, mate.
Guest appearance. Won't be making it permanent, but it's interesting how things have changed since I've lost. You can't stand still in this game, can you, Josh? You all of a sudden have taken over the podcasting world, which is scary. Yeah, you can't, mate. Liam knows the score. Liam's come in. He offers a bit of a different dynamic, a bit more of a serious dynamic, I suppose, than what you and Trist do. But you're doing well, aren't you, Liam?
Not too bad. I don't think I've quite lived up to Ed's expectations.
Well, to be honest, mate, I think people were getting sick of hearing about you playing for Anglesey in North Wales, weren't they, Ed?
Did you know that I played for Anglesey in North Wales? We can talk about it. We've got a whole segment in it. Don't jump ahead.
I played for Anglesey, mate. Doesn't stand for much with a 25 handicap as well.
But you played for Anglesey. I was going to say something really derogatory then, but you just played for Anglesey when the standard was nowhere near as good as it used to be. So it's all, you've got to contextualise everything, Josh. It's the challenge.
No, it's like golf, mate. If it's on the card, no one knows how it happened. All they know is I play for Anglesey. They don't know anything else about it. Did Josh play for Anglesey? Yes. Did Liam play for Anglesey? No. Did you?
No. I don't know, actually. I don't think so. Probably not.
One thing I haven't missed is your particular brand of waffle. I mean, I listened to the first episode and I was shouting at the radio in the car because you said that Tiger Woods, I can't remember the exact quote, but you said something along the lines of Tiger Woods is not a good coach. He can't coach. Have a think about who has he coached that you would say that's actually quite impressive.
Who has he coached?
Who has he coached, or is he coaching?
Oh, his son.
Yeah, his son.
Yeah, I mean he's a good player for his age, but it's the verdict's still out on whether he'll be a good professional golfer, isn't it? We can't call into the future.
13, 14, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably scratch.
Yeah.
Possibly touching on plus figures now, mate. And what is he? 14 years old or something like that.
Yeah, but this I'm saying the verdict's still out. He's got to win a major.
It's nice. It's nice to see things have slightly changed. I mean, you've invested in a microphone, a set of headphones, which does improve things, by the way. But one thing remains constant: you talk absolute utter shit.
Yeah.
Listen,
and I can't believe that you have just Tiger Woods' son hasn't won a major. Like that's the benchmark. That's the benchmark for listening to Tiger's advice.
Yeah, it's got to be. Do you think he would accept anything less than that? Charlie's got pressures on there's some pressure on those shoulders. And like I say, if he wins a major, I'll come back on and I'll say, yeah, Tiger Woods is a great coach. But Paul Charman was an absolute garbage player, I think.
Have you told Eddie where you were last Thursday?
No. Are you referring to my golf lesson?
Yes, I am.
Oh, should we get straight into it?
Nice. No, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do is before we do that, we're going to address the elephant in the room. And that, of course, is Eddie's absence. Tell all the viewers or the listeners at home, Ed, they all want to know, just like me and Liam do, where have your bollocks gone?
Well, you're referring to where my bollocks are. You're assuming I had bollocks in the first place. Where have I gone? I haven't gone anywhere. Just really difficult to be on a golf podcast when I really don't play very much and I'm not in that golf world. I mean, you talk, out at the top of your head a lot of the time, but you sort of deliver it in your own way. Whereas I don't feel like I'm in the golf sort of world anymore. I'm not playing. I'm not a member of a club. So I didn't feel like I was in the best position to do it. I'm also sort of very busy with work and things. So I'm just enjoying playing social golf now and again and listening to the podcast and being a subscriber rather than a contributor to the content.
That was a spit noise I made then, by the way, because that's absolute sacrilege that you're not a member of a course anyway. I don't know what has to happen in a man's life for him to fall out of love with the game of golf as hard as you have.
I've not fallen out of love with it.
You have, mate. Golf's a marriage. You assume make an ass out of you and me. I like that one. But what I'm trying to say is, golf's marriage, mate. It's not always love. It's not. It's a bit of give and take. Liam knows to score. When it's not going well, you got to graft at it. You got to go every time. You got to go on date nights. You got to make time for it. It doesn't sound like you are.
No, but what have you found more frustrating? Being on a podcast with Josh, where you have an opportunity for a rebuttal to every daft thing that he says, or being a listener and obviously not being able to challenge him there and then when he says these things.
Oh, the Tiger Woods thing got me. The Tiger Woods thing really got me. And I thought, if I was on the podcast, I was like, how is no one challenging him with that point? His son is an outstanding player and will likely be at the top of the game one day. And you're allowed to just waffle on. It's unbelievable. So, not being able to contribute it is a bit of a challenge. But I take your point, Josh. I love the game. I haven't stopped playing because I'm not playing very well. I just can't commit the amount of time. Like last year, I was a member at Prize Hayes and I played, I think it was like £700 or £800 the membership. I think I played about 5 times. I'm just not getting the value for money there. So
sounds like you're guarding your handicap, doesn't it, Liam? It sounds like he's scared in case it goes up.
No, not Ed. Ed's I think Ed will be a single figure golfer.
No, listen. I've had to deal with my other brother Tristan constantly having his tongue in Ed's hoop for this podcast. I'm not having another one.
What's his nickname? What
Eddie.
Do we call him? Yeah.
Dickhead? I don't know. No.
It rhymes with his name.
Eddie. I don't know, mate. If you're referring to the word steady, I'm not giving him it. I'm not giving him the word steady. I'm sorry. I'm not giving him that.
You really struggle. At any level of praise, you really struggle with me, don't you? You just need to face into it.
No, I'll give you praise that, you've got a lovely golf swing, but that's about it, mate. You've just properly shit out of another season of golf, and I'm not here for it. I'm not here. Other people be fine for it. Trist to stand by you, support you. I'm not there for it. I'm not for anyone jibbing golf. Liam, fair play, he jibbed it through uni and stuff, but he's put his hard yards in since, and he's reaping those rewards, Ed. He's a lovely golfer.
Yeah, so it's all so right. So you got double standards. So it's all right for Liam to have a break, but it's not all right for me to have a break.
It's different when Liam was was a uni student. He was living away. It's not the same, yeah. But now, if he can find the time to do it in between having kids, the world's your oyster, Ed. You know what I mean?
When's the last time you played, Ed?
When's the last time I played?
Was it Ball Bay with Trist?
Really no, I played since then. Jesus, I can't remember. I played recently. I can't remember when I played. I played with Steve. I played in Llanymynech, mid Wales, well, sort of mid Wales, in a society day. That's a really good golf course. Have you played it?
No. Where did we play last? Was it Oswestry, Josh? And
No, I didn't play then.
Not far from.
Yeah, also Street is the course, obviously, but I didn't play it.
Yeah, you should. If you haven't played it, you should 100% go and play it.
What's it called?
Nice track.
Shannon.
No, I don't know.
You'd struggle. You'd struggle, Josh, but Liam would really enjoy it.
What type of course is it?
It's just golf course, mate. So my
game suited more to long and soft courses with the way I strike the ball. You know what I mean? But there we are.
Yeah.
But anyway, Liam, more to your point earlier on. I'll let you know, Ed. I took a big step last Thursday. I went.
Oh, sorry, we're going to go back. Yeah. Oh, I'm dying to know this. Go on.
Yeah, I went for.
Set the scene for me. I need everything.
So basically, I don't know if you know this, but I'm struggling with my golf game at the moment, and have been for some time.
All right. Okay.
So I took the executive decision to go and see the local pro in Bull Bay, Mr. John Bevan, and it was a confusing lesson to say the least, because everything I thought I knew went out the window. It was quite a I wouldn't go as far as saying contradictory. That's the wrong word to use, isn't it, Liam? What would you say?
It was advice. I would say it was advice. And the reason you're trying to find words to explain it is because you struggle to take any advice.
It was.
We're not going to be bringing John Bevan's golf coaching skills into any level of disrepute here, are we?
No, not at all. He's a fantastic golfer and a really good coach. As is every single coach I've ever seen. Should put out there some fantastic coaches I've seen over the years,
except for Tiger Woods, obviously.
Well, I've never seen him, so I couldn't possibly judge. I'm just telling what I see on him, and he's not coached any of the pro players. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, John Bevan, great coach, but it was just he got me fixing my grip, which was horrible, absolutely horrible. Yeah, well, yes, in terms of feel, but in terms of practicality, is that the right word to say? In terms of the golf, in terms of the golf swing, it had to be done. I'd been incredibly weak. He said I'd been, with the grip I'd been blocking my swing speed by maybe 20, 30 mile an hour with the driver, which was, I
wouldn't say that. I mean, I wouldn't say that at all, but you've always had an incredibly weak grip.
Yeah, well, you've had an incredibly weak mental game.
Well, that's not true.
I mean, it is true. I rattled your head before. I rattled your head with the Tiger Woods thing. Anyway, we digress. You're weak mentally. I had a weak grip. Yes. So he fixed that. And then he got me rolling my wrists through impact a bit more. And it just, I couldn't do it, could I? I went to the driving range, and the first half of the driving range, I've done it. I've fixed golf. I'm no longer 25 handicap, but I've done it. And in the last half, I debated why I was playing the game.
25 handicap? I thought 20. You were off 20.
Yeah, I round up.
You've got a very difficult relationship with the truth, haven't you?
No, mate, I'm just say it as it is.
Hang on. I want Liam's perspective.
This sums up Josh. Okay. I arrived.
Let's go, both of you. Come on, let's fucking go.
I arrived at the clubhouse for a meeting at the same time Josh was starting his lesson, so we both met in the car park. And I said, "Have a great lesson. I'll catch you later in the clubhouse for a drink." Anyways, 45 minutes goes by. I'm having a pint in the clubhouse. Josh comes up. How did it go? He has well and truly messed with my head. And everything that he thought he was doing right, John has basically just quashed and told him to do differently. And the vibe I was getting from Josh was that he'd already written John off. And now, if John ever listens to this podcast, do not take that as offence at all. Because, you know, if you've listened to a couple of episodes before, Tiger Woods couldn't coach him.
I never said
However,
that.
fast forward a week, right? And the one good thing about John, I've had a few lessons with him as well, is he keeps it simple, stupid. He's so good at explaining the golf swing and the outcome of what different fields do. He basically can call every shot when you swing a golf club, and he explains easily. If you pull it left, it's because of this, and if you pull it right, it's because of this, and you can begin to associate the feels in the golf swing and start to understand why you have your misses, whether they be left or right. So anyways, I sort of shook my head at Josh and thought, this guy's mental. You know, a PGA pro has told him what to work on, and he almost just didn't want to listen, the way his attitude was. Fast forward a week, right? He's been back on YouTube, and this has been the catalyst to Josh thinking, do you know what, maybe John has got some sense in what he's saying. He's been watching slow-mo videos of Rory McIlroy through impact and realised that actually Rory McIlroy also turns his hands over through impact with the odd shot. And now Josh has decided he's gonna knuckle down and he's gonna give it a go.
I'm gonna give it a go, but just for any listeners out there debating to get a lesson, the message you get from what Liam just said there is, there's no point, mate. Just go on YouTube. Just go on YouTube and you'll find absolutely every single thing you need there at a touch of a button, and it's free. I'm joking. Do not go on YouTube. That's what happened to me. I found the pitfall. That was YouTube. And yeah, long story short, I am where I am. But I'm going to give what John Bevan said a go because it makes sense. And I struck the ball well in driving range the first half I was doing it. And do you know what? I'm just gonna go and practice. For the first time in my life, I'm just going to go and practice. What do you think about
that? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're like what are they? Is it a crow or magpies that just see flashes of silver and they dart from one thing to another? That is what you're like. You're like, oh, there's a new slow-mo video of Rory or this, that, and the other, and it's like you just move from one thing to another. You just need to stay with a coach and persevere with it. That's what you need to do. And he's 100% right, by the way, obviously, because he's a PGA coach. You've got a weak grip. You've always had it. You're swaying about. You move off the ball.
That's where power comes from.
There's no power there. There's no power.
Right,
you
let's
won't
get a
have
track,
power
man.
if you've got such a weak grip.
Listen, do you know what happens when you're a magpie your whole life? You build up a bank of shiny things. You get quite rich. And that's what I am. I'm rich with golf knowledge. And when it clicks for me, when it drops into the slot, I genuinely think I'll be a far better golfer than you, Liam, Jack, Tristan, all of them. I genuinely believe this to the bottom of my heart, whatever you'd say.
Do you know that if Eddie, Tristan, or Jack, who's yet to be on the podcast, said that to me, or if any of us said it to each other, we would take that as a bit of a jab and get competitive about it. When you say it, I think we would all agree that we really wish for that to happen.
Yeah.
I would love to see you get down to the level that either of us have played to. Not that we're world-class golfers at all.
Definitely not.
Get the ball around the course and we can get the same ball around 18 holes.
Listen,
so, I would love to play with you and walk off the course thinking, do you know what? I'm proud of him.
Hard times make hard men. Hard men make easy times. Easy times make soft men. Soft men make hard times. I'm going through the hard times make hard men. You guys have gone through soft times and you're soft men.
No, you've had easy times and you've become a soft man.
Absolutely not. What is easy about getting like 3 9s in a row and a medal? Nothing
You just need to
easy
look at the number. You just need to look at the number above. You don't need to write.
It's like, mate, my scorecard's like an Excel spreadsheet. When you put 9 in one thing and you just drag it down. I drag it down. drag it down 18 cells, mate. It's just 9. But do you know what?
For Twitter.
I'm on a journey. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'll get to my. I don't even know my destination at the moment. I'm just in the car, but I'll get there. I feel like in our Texas Scramble team in the summer, I feel like I'll be the Rennie in a team full of heartburn.
Realistically, wow, you are
that's right.
You lack any confidence.
No, why? What's it to gain from lacking confidence?
No. Yeah, but it's you're so far removed from your handicap compared to where your game is mentally. Really? That's your biggest issue. Like you could make an 8 on the first at Bull Bay on the weekend, and then you will literally throw a ball down and try and hit a 2-iron off the deck on the second.
Out of a divot.
I'd never do out the divot.
And
but
you tell yourself that you're hitting like a low draw stinger.
Yeah. I'll envision the shot I want to try and hit. Of course, that's what you've got to do in golf.
How many times out of 10 do you visualize a shot and actually hit? Actually, out of 100, how many times do you visualize a shot and actually hit it?
Depends what I'm envisioning. If I'm envisioning a block right or a shank, it's quite often. But if it's a nice high draw or a better cut fade or something, what are you laughing at, Ed? What are you laughing at?
Better cut fade.
Is that what you'd call it? Yeah, better cut fade. Not often at all, Liam, but that's besides the point. I'm envisioning a shot. I don't have to execute it.
Then? What's the target? What do you play off now? How many shots do you get at Bull Bay?
I think I get 19.
19
but no,
shots. And what?
95% of 20, 19.
So come October the 1st, we're back on the mats, the winter mats.
Yeah.
What's the goal? What's the handicap going to be?
I would say if my index is 18. I would be happy if I'm getting 15 shots on the golf course.
So around 14-ish or 13 index.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that translates to, but that is the actual goal. I think that's an achievable one as well. Because all it takes for me is to go low. And Eddie, go on, mate. If you're laughing, got something to say, mate, spit it out.
I've honestly got nothing to say.
Yeah, that's what I thought, mate. Exactly what I thought. Go on, Liam. What were you going to say?
I'm just thinking you're going to shave 33%, pretty much, of your index.
Yeah, that's achievable for someone of my handicap and my ball striking ability on my day. Yeah, of course. I've got an 84 and an 85 down, mate. Counting. That's the type of golf. That's the type of golf I'm capable of.
How long will it be until they drop out?
Oh, a few. Yeah, I'd say a good 12 rounds.
I'll tell you now, if you focus on what John has asked you to work on, and only focus on that, don't get too technical and start thinking about where your hands are at the top of the backswing and what your wrists are doing and whatever. You've got a good chance of achieving that.
Well, I've decided that I'm going to marry up all the feedback and lessons I've had from coaches in previous years and mold them into one and go from there. So I'm going to use the Totti's advice.
Did you not listen to what I've just told you?
Why would I listen to you, though? Like, Eddie, am I being daft there?
It's simple and work on what John has told you to work on. And your immediate response was, I'm going to amalgamate everything that every coach has ever told you and work on all of that.
You're talking about bringing all of the advice from all of the coaches that you've ever had lessons off, but that also includes all of the YouTube coaching as well. So you're going to have reams and reams and reams of things to work on, trying bringing it all together.
Yeah.
I would argue categorically against what Liam has just said, for the fact that you have the attention span of a gnat. So you're never going to be able to apply yourself for long enough to be able to reap the rewards. And John Bevan, I've not met John, but I'm sure that he is a very good coach, and I'll take Liam's word for it, because Liam is a respectable member of a society that I trust. You, on the other hand, I don't. You're not going to be able to do it unless you have some kind of personality transplant, which we don't want to happen, because we're going to lose what makes you. It's not going to happen.
Listen, Liam, don't use words like amalgamate, whatever you call it, amalgamate, because it's confusing to listeners like Jack at home. 2.
Amalgamate. I'll just write that down. Amalgamate.
John Bevan actually told me to do that very thing.
This is hearsay.
I believe the actual word he used is, I want you to go home. I want you to amalgamate all the things you've ever heard from anyone into one thing and go from there. So, for example, roll the wrist from him, fire the hips from Totty, adjust my grip from him, and the other previous John Pro. Because I'm going to get the best of everyone's teaching style in one swing.
Oh, Josh, I'm honestly...
do you know what? Honestly, I cannot wait. Oh, I cannot wait to break 70 and Bull Bay, honestly.
Have you played Bull Bay?
Yes.
We're talking about the Bull Bay in Amloch.
Yeah, I cannot wait to do it, and I'm gonna. You guys are gonna cop some grief.
I don't think you'd break 70.
But 9
realistically through 15 holes.
15.
That's a good challenge.
So let's say I went 3, 4, 4, parred out. Yeah. So let's say I parred out. What would that be? 11. So 81. No, yeah, probably not at the moment in time, no. But I could definitely do it at one point. I remember that at one point last year, my front 9 score in Bull Bay was 60. So I'd equaled the course record after 9 holes.
And which part of this is supporting the argument that you're going to shoot sub 70?
It's all part of the journey. Like I said before, hard times make hard men. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that experience to be like, oh, yeah, I will never shoot course record. I'm not saying that, but in the 70, break 70 on Bull Bay for sure one day.
Thank you. Oh, that's good. Yeah. I was half thinking that you were going to shoot the course record.
Bad, yeah. But there we are. It's the way it goes sometimes. Liam, tell us about, briefly, the keyword briefly, tell us about your golf game. I know you didn't play on the weekend. The listeners are dying to know, I'm sure.
The listeners are dying to know. My golf game is in a good place at the moment. I've had a few lessons with John, as mentioned earlier, and struggled, took a bit of a dip in form probably the last 4 weeks or so, but starting to get it back, and I'm looking forward to playing the comp on Saturday.
What's your... That was very scripted, wasn't it, Ed? I'm looking forward to playing the comp on Saturday. Robocop over there. Right, listen, Liam. What's your goal for the summer?
I would like my index to be sub 4.
And what is it now?
It's actually gone up to 4.6 now. I was down to 4.1. And now it's shot back up. I think I had a 75 come off and a 76 come off recently.
You must be playing some good stuff, mate.
His tee to green's really good, to be fair. I'll give him that. Very good. But I don't know. You get to sub 3. What's your index, Ed? Or what was it?
4.7, I think, the last bit of time I looked.
All 4 of you then. You two, Trist and Jack, are all similar level players.
You've been down to 2 point something though, haven't you, Ed?
No, the lowest I got was 3.8, I think.
Was it?
Thing is for you, Ed, though, to be fair, you probably got the hardest task of all of us, is because the only thing that's stopping you from getting down to scratch is your mental strength, and that you cannot train that. Like, you cannot train mental strength. People have tried. It's you either got it or you don't. Obviously, me, Trist, Jack, Liam, pretty much everyone else I know has got it, apart from you, mate.
Yeah. I'm sure you. How was your mental strength when you shot 60 front nine?
I just went, right, let's do the next 9 holes in 10 or 9, 69. No, I genuinely thought that back 9, I was like, listen, mate, we'll just see if we can have a fun back 9. I think I NR'd on like 11.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't NR before that.
You're honestly the one thing, right? I will criticize the entire family for is is how much you NR. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but the one thing you can't see, I'll NR every year because I'm a member every year.
What a thing to say! I will NR every year.
How have you turned that into a win?
Because it's not hard to turn anything into a win against Eddie. Golf will never, ever, when you're driving in my car, you look to the left and golf's there in the front seat. Never, ever, ever going to take a back seat in my life. Ever. Wife and kids, back seat. You, Eddie, you're like that. You've put golf in the garage, mate. What?
Liam, do you know what's just come to me? Right. Imagine Andrew Tate was born in and raised in Amloch and played golf.
That's Jack.
No, that's you.
Top G.
Minus all the money.
And all the charisma.
Charisma, yeah. He's poor man's Andrew Tate.
Knock about 4 foot off him.
So the only thing that me and Andrew Tate have in common is we've both got a dickhead brother called Tristan.
Oh, that is funny.
That is class.
Right.
That wasn't even scripted. That was not even scripted. Well done.
Thank you. Appreciate that. How am I doing as a host, Ed? Is it going all right so far?
You're doing really well, actually. You're doing very, very well.
Should we let Tris back on, or?
This could be your
I'm only making a guest appearance, so this is short-lived.
Yeah, so I'm going to take that as a yes then. But on the topic of hosting, it's now your segment to host, because me and Liam are going to go head-to-head on the quiz, in which, Liam, you're still not beating me. You tied me last week. You're still not beating me. Okay?
I'm the quiz master.
You're the quiz master.
I'm the quiz master. Okay. Question 1. How many green jackets does Tiger Woods have?
5.
I was going to say that. What?
Are you sure?
I'm going to go with 6.
No, it's 5.
You're both wrong.
7?
Because you only get 1 green jacket. You both lose.
Time questioning.
No points there.
Well, I deserve that point because he's won it 5 times. And
well, no, because if the...
Yeah, but that wasn't the question, was it?
Yeah, no. Thank you, Ed.
Okay. How many
he's
majors...
been adorned the green jacket 5 times, though.
Oh, yeah. Is that what the question asked? How many times has he been adorned the green jacket, was it? Did I miss that?
No. The question is, how many green jackets does Tiger Woods have?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Where'd you find him, Ed?
Andrew Tate's brother sent them to me. Okay. Question 2. How many majors does Matt Kuchar have?
None.
Oh. 1 point.
I'm going to go with 1.
Liam, you've got it wrong, mate. Cooch has won Gooch. Nada. Zilch.
Oh, there's a small part of me that's really missed you. Right, question 3. Who's the first Chilean golfer to win on tour?
Oh, Joachim Neiman.
Correct. Oh, Liam, things aren't looking good for you.
Oh, my God.
2-0. We're back, baby.
I was thinking of that Camilo Villegas or however you say his name.
Villegas.
I don't even know if he's Chilean.
Villegas. Right, so was that question 3, Ed?
Oh, yeah. Question 4. What does RNA stand for? This is a bit of an easy one.
Oh, Royal and Ancient?
Liam.
What?
I just froze for a bit there. What was... we had the 4th question?
Of course he's freeze. Of course he's freeze. Do you know what, Ed? Ask him the question, see if he gets it right.
Okay, but you've probably heard the answer. What does RNA stand for, Liam?
Is it Royal and Ancient?
Do you know what? As if. I was going to throw some abusive language. Yeah, well, it's impossible for me to lose. What?
I'm chair of handicap and competitions at my golf club, mate. If I didn't know what RNA stood for, it'd be pretty embarrassing, wouldn't it?
You didn't know what it was.
Question 5.
Scores and does.
You're leading 2.5 to a half.
Oh, it's like Ryder Cup, mate. It's impossible for you to win. Go.
Oh, there's a question that you got fucking wrong last week.
What was that?
How many points do you need to win the Ryder Cup?
14.5.
Yeah, you said 12.5.
No, prove it.
It's hosted on Apple's platform. Right, anyway, question 5. This pattern is the open roster, okay?
Okay.
St Andrews, Hoylake, Troon, where?
Newfield.
Oh, Jesus God, she's got it right again.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Liam, that is embarrassing. 3.5.
And you gave him the half?
I gave him the half there as well. Oh, I'm the resident champ, mate, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm coming for your golf game next.
That's safe.
Yeah. Nice, Ed, mate. Nice. I missed those slide jobs. Right. So that's the end of the quiz, and I win then. Do I, Ed?
You do win. Congratulations. We're sending you a pack of Callaway Warbirds in the post.
What, Liam?
Tristan's sharing the answers with you. This is like there's an agenda.
Listen, mate. If to be fair, you'd have grounds for a good point there. If the reason we had an agenda against you is to get you rattled, because that is very easy to do, and it's something we all love to see. So yeah, I suppose on that side of things you could believe there's an agenda, but I'm just better than you, mate, and it's hard for you to admit. And you, Eddie, you wouldn't have stood a chance with me then either.
I'd have got all of those questions right.
Yeah, maybe about 5 seconds after me. Right.
Actually, I probably wouldn't have got Poor Rush right. I'll give you that, but the rest I would have got.
Thank you. Thank you. Debate time, people. Debate time. What do you call it, Ed, when you, like, I don't want to say side note, disclaimer alert. We get sent our debate topic by chief podcaster Tristan. And I think it's something that maybe he would find quite debatable. And probably Eddie, maybe Liam, I don't know. But the debate topic for this week is, go Eddie.
Oh, the Scottish Open will be hosted at the Renaissance Club in East Lothian, I think, until 2026.
Is it from this year?
It's been there the last few years as well, hasn't it?
Has it? Yeah. Okay.
It was there last year.
Well,
the question is, should it be there for that period of time, given the quality of Scotland's golf courses? And is holding it there in one venue good for the game?
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say keep it there, mate. It's a very privileged club. You price out all the cheapskates. I'm joking. I do not think it should be. I do not think it should be held in such a privileged club for the foreseeable. Definitely not. I think you do genuinely price out a lot of people when you Well, actually, do you price out people? Is it reflected in ticket prices?
That's not the issue. The issue is that it's held at a what is seen as a very prestigious club that doesn't reflect the general golfing population. I think that's the argument. I don't see it being a major problem holding it there once, but putting the Scottish Open on a roster and it be held in lots of other golf courses to try and spread it out. I would argue that there's probably a lot of money involved. Whether the Renaissance are paying X amount of money for it to be held there, because I think it's been sort of well documented. They've been trying to build the profile of that golf course. They've spent a hell of a lot of money on it. They've spent a hell of a lot of money redeveloping it. I know that they've had people like Podrick Harrington there and various other architects to try and fix some of the challenges that they've had. I do think it should be moved around. You know, when you look at the quality of the golf courses that even we've played just in East Lothian. I mean, like Gullen 2 was one of the best golf courses I've ever played. Just down the road.
It was good. It was good. What
Scottish Open was held on Gullen 1 year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
They've got Ricky Fowler won it. But certainly when you look at the facilities that the golf clubs that we've played up there, and I mean, they're only a handful, but the facilities that they have, you'd think they'd have no problem hosting an event such as the Scottish Open. And I mean, no disrespect towards the Scottish Open, but I would imagine it's not as well supported as the Open. And with it being there just, you know, the week before the Open as well, you probably doesn't do it any favors in terms of the attendance that it gets. It's probably, I'd say, more local to the Scottish people, and you probably get a few Americans that possibly do the trip to Scotland, and then they follow them down to Hoylake or even, you know, it was in St Andrews last year, wasn't it? So, but I don't know why it's not on a circuit either, to be honest with you.
I think
something out as well, when, you know, the Renaissance, like Eddie said, it's a club that is very privileged, and the likes of you and I and your average Joe don't really get the opportunity to play there. I think there'd be something about it if, you know, they played Gullen, and just be interesting to see the shots that they play on holes that you've also played, having that connection with the fan.
Yeah, it's funny though, isn't it? I mean, you could say the same thing about Augusta, but everybody loves Augusta, and you know, I'm talking about from a privileged point of view. You know, there is no more privileged golf club than Augusta from the point of view that the average Joe is not going to be able to play that golf course, even if you're able to pay for it.
No, but the Scottish Open's not a major, is it?
No, it's not. But I'm just talking from the point of view of holding a golf competition and it being accessible to the public.
Or maybe you don't talk from that point of view, Ed. All right? Because as AC/DC sang, many talks. Many does.
I think we're definitely coming to the end of this podcast.
To both your points, to be fair, Eddie's about it being in a privileged course, and I suppose it adds a different aura to it in the sense that you're watching them play a course on TV. You'll never play the same with Augusta. Then I'd also agree more so with Liam's point with, I remember playing that hole. That green was hard. I wonder how they're going to tackle that particular green, and then seeing them do it on telly. But I don't know. It probably will get moved around after Renaissance Club's finished in what year?
2026.
Oh, that's quite a long time as well, that, to be fair. I probably would just have to, if it was my choice, I'd say one course hosts it 1 year on a rotation like the Open. But that's you and me, Liam. We're average Joes. We don't make the same bucks as Eddie clearly makes, mate, because he'd like to go and play the Renaissance Club.
Well, I didn't say that. When did I say that? You're putting words in my mouth.
Hey, no, the words in your mouth is it's on Apple's platform, mate. I should go back and find it. You definitely said it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you are a walking, talking contradiction.
Thanks, mate. I missed that. But yeah, no, I would recommend. I would recommend, like, they're going to fucking listen to this. The Scottish. What's the Scottish RNA? Is it RNA? Scottish Golf.
Yeah.
Who puts on the Scottish Open?
Well, the DP World Tour will probably have something to do with it.
See, that's why we've got you on here, mate. You're a clever guy. I completely forgot about that. The DP World Tour. I genuinely that because the mergers on my mind, mate. Mergers on my mind. But yeah, no.
Oh,
that was.
Do you want to touch on that or not?
On what? The fact that the merger?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, me and Liam aren't interested to discuss this, but it would be interesting to hear your thought, your viewpoint on it.
I feel about it, to be honest with you. I think one thing I will say, I don't watch a lot of golf, but it's very noticeable. Or play. It is very noticeable when I do watch the PGA Tour that the big names are not there. And I think the fields that the PGA Tour is putting out these days has been massively impacted. And I do think that there is a bit of a golf mainstream media bias towards the PGA Tour, because when you watch, I wouldn't say they're corrupt. I mean, you know, I don't want to be bringing myself into any kind of legal disputes there. But I do think that there is a bit of a bias towards the PGA Tour, because they're obviously well attended, some of these events. I mean, the event in Spain in Valderrama looked pretty good, and I think the one before that, I can't remember what it was. But one thing I will say is I don't get the team thing. I don't think anybody cares about the team golf element. Sorry. If it was singles, no problem. That it's not interesting, the team element. One team game in the Ryder Cup or like the Walker Cup for the amateurs, perfect. But
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out, because they're all got their hands out, haven't they? They all want compensation and payments for not being included and stuff like that, or not taking the money, which you kind of can't really argue against.
No, you can't. We did have that. We discussed that as well. But tell you what, BDR has done the PGA Tour a solid on the weekend. I know they are.
BDR, but I was so glad. I was borderline emotional last night.
And me, I was as well. You have no idea what we're talking about, do you, Eddie? Oh,
BDR.
Listen. I'm going to have to put a serious question out to the very few listeners we have as to whether they even want you to be associated with us as friends anymore. You don't know who BDR is?
BDR?
Yes, Big Dick Rick. That's no. Listen, I don't know who came up with that nickname, but it's absolutely hilarious. I'm not taking credit for that, and neither's Liam, hopefully. But that nickname is hilarious, and he won last night, Eddie.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw it all.
Did you watch it though?
Yes.
You didn't, did you?
I watched the 45-second clip on Twitter that showed me him winning.
He clutched up on 18, hit it. He needed a birdie on 18 to get into playoff. It was good.
He's been playing well for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been trending.
He's lost his way. And then he's gone back to his coach, and they seem to have taken it back to what he used to work on. So fair play to him. He's been a great player, and he's been missed really for the last 2 or 3 years. You never know, could win the Open. Well,
it's at Hoylake. Me and Liam, we're going on the Friday, aren't we, Liam? So we hopefully we'll get to watch him play a few holes, but it is on the course that he played, I think, put in his best Open performance today at Hoylake.
When McIlroy won it in 2014, wasn't he in the final pairing with it?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't in the final pairing. No, he was.
I think he was.
Oh, wasn't it DJ and him? And then wasn't it Garcia? No, you're right. I think. Yeah. Sorry, I apologize. You're right. It was him. So you never know.
It's put Ricky in good stead leading into the. Is he playing in I think is he playing the Scottish Open?
Yeah.
He would be. I think he always plays, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
The Scottish Open have got a strong field this year because we have also got tickets for the Sunday, the first practice session of the Open. And there's basically going to be nobody there. We're hoping to catch some of the live guys.
Yeah, I'm going on the Wednesday.
Yeah,
you'll get a good
a good crack of players coming through there. Yeah. But I think if Rory doesn't win it, I want Ricky to win it.
Rory ain't going to win it.
We'll come back to that at a later date, Ed. I'll just ignore that. I hate it when people slag off my Rory, mate. And Rory, for listening, mate,
him off.
You clearly are.
No, I'm just making a prediction.
A dumb one, mate. He's going to win. He's going to go. This is the one he's going to win. It is. But we digress. That's a debate for another episode that you can hopefully not be a part of, Ed. So, right, we're going to round up now. Thank you very much, Liam and Eddie. Liam Griffiths, Eddie Beasley. I enjoyed that.
Pleasure.
Do you reckon there was any correlation between how much I enjoyed that episode and the absence of a certain someone? I don't know.
I don't know. Have you sort of come into your own there? You seem to have grown as a person, as a host. You're a broadcaster, really, aren't you? You're a broadcaster.
Yeah. Me and Liam will have a little.
You've not done yourself any favours there, because Trist will almost certainly see this as an opportunity to take a step back.
Well, funnily enough, I was just thinking maybe you, me, and Eddie, we take a chat offline and discuss whether we let him be a part of episodes going forward. I don't know. We'll have to see.
The money's right, mate.
If the money's right, I might let him come back on. I don't know. He can pay me for it, but we'll see. Find out in episode 5 in Ed.
I won't be there, but I'll be listening.
You'll be on another episode further down the line, though, I'm sure, won't you?
Yeah. Well, obviously we're playing the Texas Scramble, aren't we? So we should probably do something around that.
Like I said, I'm a Rennie in a team full of heartburn. And on that note, I'm going to leave you two delinquents to enjoy the rest of your night, because I am.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, all 10 of you, and we'll see you next week.
To hear from you, Ed.
Eddie, quick goodbye before you leave. That's actually good banter coming from you.
Yeah, thank you. No, I just obviously wanted to reiterate my thanks to you for inviting me on to guest appear. It's good to kind of touch back in with my old life and just kind of go,
you can't technically be a guest on your own podcast. I'll give you that, Liam.
Well,
Liam, any goodbyes for listeners? Any words of wisdom, Liam? Actually, no goodbye for you. No goodbye for you, Liam. I want you to give listeners some words of wisdom and keep it brief, man. Jeez.
Okay, if you're struggling with your golf game, take it back to basics and keep it simple. Slow the swing down and focus on keeping the ball in play, baby. Boom.
Well, I'm almost certain that you can find better advice elsewhere, guys. I won't listen to that.
Yeah, cut that.
Well, I'm not going to cut it. I want people to know how absolutely garbage that was. All right. Cheers, guys. See you later.
See you later.